As I mentioned before, MIT and other universities receive research funding from a variety of sources. And commercialization, as you're about to see, is one of both attrition and value creation. We're going to look at this and look at the results from a survey of 150 to 200 universities between 1991 and 2022, over a 30-year period. These surveys are undertaken by the Professional Organization for Tech Transfer Professionals called AUTM, AUTM. And reflecting on what I said about these multiple funding sources, we see at the beginning of the funnel, $1,461 billion plowed into universities to do research from a variety of sources, both corporate, federal, and other. Okay, so what came of that over those 30 years? 548,000 invention disclosure. Those are those new ideas. And if you look to the top right of the slide, you see that this is tech transfer slide saying from disclosure to evaluation and protection and marketing. That's the route that we're following here. So from those 548 invention disclosures, what came out of that? 309,000, nearly 310,000 patent applications, also recognizing that some matter is not patentable, so those exist as well. Of those, so we've got 548,000 invention disclosures, and I should actually mention the 2.6 million means that for every $2.6 million worth of research funding, one invention disclosure arose. From those 548 invention disclosures, about 56% of them were filed on as patent applications by universities through this survey. And from that, we have the issuance of patents. And one of our other sessions in the IEP series talked about the patent process, and you can look on our website to see more about how that goes about. So we have 46% translated into actually issued patents. And from that, 167,000 licenses and options arose, also leading to over 17,000 new startup companies. And just as one example of products on the market, through university research, over 200 new drugs. So, of course, you're still going, yeah, but where's the money? Those are just the numbers. Oh, and I've got my cute little, all of the non-patentable inventions could also end up in the licenses and options as well. All right, so let's look at the money. So from the licenses and options, of which there are 167,000, 17,000 plus startup companies, 200 plus drugs. $58 billion over a 30-year period came from university research. Okay, let's do the math. For every $1 of research funding, 4 cents was earned. Not really a compelling business proposition for universities, eh? But let me clarify, happy news. We only receive a percentage of the revenue actually created by the companies. So the companies themselves will be making a lot more money. And so, for example, if our piece of what they earn is a piece of equity or a small royalty, then obviously that number of the earned revenue is much higher. So if we just imagine that we receive a 2% royalty on every sale of every product, I mean, that would be glorious if we did. It's unlikely, but just for today, let's say we got 2%. So that means that the licensees who licensed all of that intellectual property from universities earned $2,900 billion from technology arising from universities, which, if you refer back to the $1,461 billion of research funding, means a 2x return on that. And that's the catalytic impact of university tech transfer. Not necessarily how much we get in, but what we are creating in terms of businesses and schools and taxes and jobs and buildings built and infrastructure that comes out because of new opportunities through technologies, products, and services on the market.